Hi everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. As promised, I was going to be more consistent, so I will be doing one video a week. Today's topics are a little all over the place as usual, but if you haven't done so yet, please like and subscribe, be part of this community, and stay up to date with all of the random things happening in my life. All right, let's get straight into the video. So the first question that I have here or topic is on haters slash non-supporters. All right, let's get straight in it. This is a question I get a lot from people saying, like, how do you deal with negative or backlash from being on social media? And I would say it's a question that I find sometimes difficult to answer, but I would say, and not to sound mean or anything, but it doesn't bother me. It's just that simple. I truly find if somebody has the time to talk negatively about someone else doing whatever they are doing with their life, I just genuinely feel bad for that person. I don't care what other people are doing. I don't understand why people care about what I'm doing. Or if they are seeing me do something, I don't know why it has to be negative on their end of what I'm doing. I just pretty much just move on with my life. I have never let negative people influence my decisions or my actions. I always stay true to myself. I know what I want. I know what my goals are. I know what my ambitions are, and I'm going to go after it. And I think you should too. And I think if you're somebody that is catching yourself talking negatively about other people, you really need to check yourself because it just says a lot about you. If I see any negative comments, I just feel bad for the person because they're wasting energy on someone else's life. And I find that just sad in general. I also think you should be clapping for other people, and I don't see that enough. I find a lot of people not clap or cheerlead for other people because it means that, they're doing well and they're successful, and somehow like that's going to take away from your positive or your success, and that's not the case. I have found that the more you are cheerleading people on to be successful, the more you're telling the universe that you want to be successful too. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a like number one cheerleader for people. Like, I want everyone to succeed. I want people to do well. I'm always encouraging people to go after their dreams, to start a YouTube channel, to post, to start that business, to quit that job, to do whatever it is. Like, I'm always cheerleading for people because I truly want people to do well. And so when I do hear comments of people judging me for whatever reason for just being on social media, I don't really have anything to say other than like I feel bad for people who judge people online. The other thing too is once you get to know me on a personal level and actually become a friend of mine or just an acquaintance, I would say a lot of the negative thoughts or perception that you had about me will change because I get that quite a bit telling me that, oh, you're so different than who I thought you were, or I had these misconceptions about who you are, etc. And so I would say just get to know people sometimes before you cast any judgments on them. And yeah, that's kind of how I deal with haters. The other thing before I move on to the next question is no one that is doing better than you is talking about you in a negative way. Just think about that. People who are doing really well aren't focusing on what other people are doing bad below them. So it just tells you that, you know, you're doing better than people if they are talking bad about you, as they're in a different lane. And so that's kind of how what I usually try to envision is if you're saying negative things, then you're not doing better than me. That's just how I think about it. The next question was, and this is my favorite type of things to talk about, was on morning and nighttime routines. So I'm going to try to make it quick because I know I can go on and on about my morning and nighttime routine. So I actually have some stuff here that I can show. So morning routine, wash my face as usual. Actually, before I get into the stuff that I brought, let me get into just morning and nighttime routine, and then I'll show you the products so I don't jump all over the place. So morning, I have an alarm from Monday to Saturday at 5:15. Sunday, I usually let my body wake itself up without, an alarm, but 5:15 is my alarm every single day. Then I wake up, I drink an entire thing of water. Water is super important. So I start my day off with at least a liter or two of water before I have my coffee. I find the acidity of the coffee hurts on my stomach if I don't have water in it yet or some sort of food first. So I'll usually drink water and then start my coffee. I love having a good, strong, like espresso type of coffee. In the morning, I have an espresso machine, and I usually like the Starbucks Pike Place beans, or my family from Colombia has a farm, a coffee farm called Castrillon, I think. I don't remember. Sorry, cousin. And he usually gets me bags. And that coffee is delicious. It's organic. It's clean. It comes from a farm in Colombia, and the beans are just delicious. I'm not super picky with what I put in my coffee, but I do like a creamer or a little bit of organic or raw milk in it. I do put 1 tablespoon of inulin powder, which helps with digestion and fiber. It doesn't taste like anything. And then I put a scoop of unflavored collagen as well. So I like to spruce up my coffee with some benefits to the coffee. From there, I usually will go on the couch with my iPad and my coffee to join my husband, who's already up. He wakes up like at 4:30 in the morning. So when I wake up, I always see him on the couch just sitting there with his iPad, and he's usually reading something, or weirdly, he has this obsession of being on Zillow looking at our future home, and it's always in like random parts of the US or in Canada. He's been really obsessed with Kelowna, which is in British Columbia, and he kind of just every morning I wake up and he's looking at a house in a different city. And so we that's usually his thing. I usually will go on my iPad with my coffee and look at my calendar and look at my agenda. I like to write things down, what my day's going to look like. I do find having a positive mindset and telling yourself that you're going to have a great day, that opportunities are going to come your way, etc., does work. I know people think I'm crazy when they hear me talk about my affirmations and how I truly believe that I will have success and that I am a magnet for opportunities, and I am a lucky girl, and all of these affirmations that I tell myself. I know people think I'm woo woo, but I truly do think that what you tell yourself does become your reality. And it's happened so many times in my life where I will say I want something, or I tell myself that, this is going to happen, and it does. And I know people think it's crazy, but I do believe in affirmations. And so after that, I write down my affirmations every day. I write one that I really like, and I put it on our it's the door of our pantry. And so every day I have a different one on, like, just a positive affirmation that I read, I write it down, and then I post it to see it throughout the day. Then I will go outside, I sit on my patio, and I usually will listen to affirmations on YouTube on just different things that I you know want to talk about, on like being happy or being grateful, thankful for the day, being a lucky girl, etc. There's a lot of really cool YouTube playlists that I listen to, and I just kind of like look at the backyard, I look at the trees, I look at the birds, I listen to just the wind. And I kind of try to take like a good 15 minutes of, it's not meditation, but something along those lines of just like being present and being thankful for the day. Then I will, don't have time to read in the morning, so I usually read at night, so in my nighttime routine. From there, I go put my workout clothes on because I find it prompts me to be excited about working out. And I usually get my workout in straight away right after that, like 45 minutes of sitting down, listening to affirmations or reading something and drinking my coffee. From there, I'll fill up my water. I like to take electrolytes. I'll fill up my water with that and with a little bit of lemon, and then usually put my running shoes on and get straight to the gym. We have a home gym here at home, so luckily I don't have to waste time driving anywhere. I'll either run between 6 to 8 miles or do a full body workout that I watch on YouTube. I have this big screen TV in the gym, and I just follow the instructor and I do a full workout. I work out 7 days a week. I know it's crazy. People think it's bad or whatever, but I generally just love moving my body, sweating, the endorphins, and not every day is super intense. There are days where I calm down a little bit and I have some intense days, but it's not every day. From there, if I am working from home, I'll just change, shower, and then get straight into meetings, go grab another coffee. I usually have 2 coffees in the morning. And then if I have to drive into the office, then I'll take a coffee to go. Then I will have breakfast. I like to have 2 pasture raised, like organic eggs with a toast of sourdough bread that I've made or that I've bought from the store, with a little bit of avocado mash on the side. I would say I pretty much have that every single day with a little bit of salt. I am someone that likes a really rigid morning routine. It's just, it gets me in the vibe. It's what I like to do. I am just in my zone. Like, it's just, this is what it is. And after finish working out, kind of get my morning done, then the rest of the day can look very differently. But I find like I've pumped my day for success. Then nighttime routine. We go to bed as a family pretty early. I would say like 8:30-ish. We're in bed because we both wake up super early. And what nighttime looks like, I like to dim all the lights in the house. I find having very vibrant lights before bed is not good for you. Not that it's not good for you, but it makes you go to bed, later. So I dim everything in the house. We can turn on some candles. I go clean my face. I brush my teeth. I like to brush my hair at night, and I either put it into a ponytail or into a braid, change into my PJs. Yeah, kind of do like my nighttime routine. I like to roll my face. And then I bought this kit. I wish I could show it to you. Gua sha. It's like I think it's Japanese or Korean, like, what is it called? A jade rock. It's green. And I kind of do my cheekbones. I do my forehead. I do my jaw, and then my neck. I roll on my neck. And trust me, I'm in my 30s. I'm getting into like all this weirdness things, trends that all these women do to look younger. And I find it works and I love it. And so that's kind of what I do. That's my nighttime routine. Oh, and then we get in bed around 8. I try not to look at my phone for an hour before I go to bed because I find just it distracts me a lot. There's a lot of interactions going on the phone, etc. Even the lighting, the blue screen. I try to get rid of it at about an hour to an hour and a half before I go to bed. It also just brings my energy down and not pings and like notifications or news or whatever. So I kind of put it away, and then I love to read my book before I go to bed. So on my iPad, usually we'll snuggle in bed. My daughter's in bed in the middle. She's watching her YouTube to go to bed. My husband's on his iPad reading something or just, finishing work. And we all just kind of get in bed for about 30 minutes, and then we each do our own thing on the iPads and go to bed. I find reading is super beneficial. It's something that everybody should be doing. And I know I always get that I don't have time to read or I don't have time to work out, which is going to be my third topic on time management. But for me, reading is key to be successful in life. You can learn from people who have written books about so many topics that you don't have to go through because you can read their life experience and their advice. And just, I love reading. And so I just finished a book called The Third Door. It was phenomenal. It's just about persistency and like, if one door doesn't open, you try a second. If it doesn't, you try the back door, the third door. And so super amazing book. And then now I just started the book called Day Trading Attention by Gary Vaynerchuk. I am into chapter 3, and it's amazing. I recommend it for anybody who's like in marketing, social media, communications roles, or entrepreneurship. Super good book so far. Okay, before I get into time management and how I have more time in my day, or not really more time, but how I schedule my day, I wanted to finish with this question with some of my favorites. So Summer Fridays is one of my favorite brands. This moisturizer is heaven. It feels like just like whipped cream on your face. It is amazing. And then this is my favorite. Let me see if it works. Creamy eye treatment. It's an avocado creamy eye treatment from Kiehl's. I've been using this for probably 4 to 5 years. I do not switch from this. It's my favorite eye cream. Not sponsored, but I should be. I do love Clinique as well, even though I've realized they don't have the best ingredients lately, and so I may switch out of this. It's almost empty, so I will be switching, and I'll let you know what I buy. But Clinique, all about clean 2-in-1 moisturizer and cleanser, is super good. And don't forget your SPF. Super important to wear sunscreen. This Josie Maran tinted sunscreen is what I use every morning. Yeah. Another thing too is I think people feel like they should only wear sunscreen when they're going to go spend the day outside, or they're going to the beach, or they're going to the pool. No, just getting in your car, you are exposed to the sun. Like, I do not leave this house without sunscreen. If you want your skin to look good till you're like 100, or if you want to like really work on your anti-aging. Doesn't matter what you're doing, what creams you're putting on. If you are not putting sunscreen, it's game over, my friend. Last thing is this Denman brush, which I showed on Instagram. This is a dupe. What dupe means, for those who don't know, is just like it's a copy of Mason something. I forgot the name. But that brush was recommended to me because it does magic. It helps your hair grow and it just looks amazing and it helps spread the oils in your scalp, etc. But it was $250, and that is just something that I'm not willing to spend. I just thought it was crazy. And this one was way more affordable. It's $45, which I still was like, $45 for a hairbrush? Like, I don't think I've ever spent more than $15 on a hairbrush. But it's been about 2 or 3 weeks since I've been using it, and I do really see a difference. I do really like it, so I recommend it. It's called Denman, I think. You should get it. All right, last question, because we are at 16 minutes, is on time management skills and how to have more time in your day when we all have 24 hours. That is a question that I get for the past 10 years. How do you fit so many things into your day, and how can you be successful at keeping a strict calendar and just not wasting time? I would say the majority of people waste so much precious time without even knowing it. The number one thing is social media, scrolling. If you are a scroller, that is something you need to look into and stop feeding that scrolling addiction. That eats up so much of your precious time, which is finite, not infinite. We all should be focusing on time, because time really does mean money. And the more time you can be doing things that are productive and things that are working towards your goal, the more freedom you'll have. And so I take time extremely seriously. That is probably why I've been waking up at 5-ish a.m. since I was maybe 18 years old. I found that by waking up really early, I just set myself up for success because I have so much extra time when people are sleeping and I'm doing something already. Same for the weekends. People are probably waking up at 9, 10, 11, like sleeping in. I wish I could do that, but it's just not in my DNA. I'm someone that I just need to be up early. I need to be productive. The other thing too, on the social media scrolling, etc., is it's something you need to catch yourself and really put some things in place to stop yourself from it, because it's stealing your precious time from your goals, from your family, from your work, and from just doing better things in life. And so what I do, and I think I did a video on this, where I set up on my iPhone blocks. So I'm only allowed to go on Instagram or on LinkedIn or whatever after like 10 a.m. or something like that, which means like the second I wake up, I don't go on these apps that are locked. Then the other thing that I have is I can't be on an app for more than 10 minutes. So I actually have a timer every time I open an app. Apple's looking, and then it closes me out, says like, you've been on here for 10 minutes. I find that super useful because it's so easy to just fall into answering people or looking at something, and then you get like, I like that reminder. If it's been 10 minutes, okay, I'm off. I don't spend more than an hour to an hour and a half on Instagram per day, which I think people find shocking because they think I'm on Instagram all day, but I am not. And I always like to say it, but I am a content creator, not a content consumer per se. I consume a lot of YouTube and podcasts, but they are all educational to help build my goals, my aspirations, listening to interviews. Listen to so many audiobooks. I listen to interviews with entrepreneur podcasts, etc. So I would say what I am consuming is genuinely feeding my brain positive things that are helping me. I do not go on Instagram or on YouTube or on TikTok to look at what other people are doing with their lives. And that's what a lot of people do. And I do think it's unhealthy in a way, because you are just looking at what other people are doing with your life instead of living your own life. And so I think that's something that we should all take a look at. I also find skip stories. Looking at people's stories is another like rabbit hole. It could easily be like story to story, story to story, and just it's stupid. It's literally like looking at people's lives and what they're doing. I like to post it, but again, like I'm just sharing with people my life, and if people want to watch it, great, but I am not necessarily looking at other people's lives. Then on the calendar is I block a lot of time for thinking, for being creative, for thinking about a project. I think a lot of us don't have enough just blank space where we can have time to just think and be alone and be creative on what we want to do with our current roles, with our companies, with like, you need time to breathe and just think. And I find we're like meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting, no time in between. I like to set up just like a breather, be it creative, look at what I want to do, think of new strategies, etc., in order for me to be successful throughout the day. I also block my workout time in the mornings. I block my lunch time. And of course, all these things are very flexible. If there's has to be a meeting at this time, like, I'm very flexible with moving it, but I do like to have blocks around my day that I think people are pretty respectful. Like, I think we're in 2024, even managers and leaders are very respectful towards their calendar. They're also blocking in lunches, they're blocking in driving time, etc. And I think you should too. So I would say I'll stop here because it's been 21 minutes, but 3 topics: haters, morning, nighttime routine, and timing slash productivity tips. Yeah, I think that's it. But I would say is just really take a look at your agenda, at your day to day, and see where you are maybe wasting time, and see how you can take back some of that time to do things that fill you and fill your cup, like working out, going for a walk, sitting down and eating without being interrupted or not in a meeting, and just time for you to be a little bit more creative. And then also try to be a little bit more present at home. That's something I'm also definitely trying to do, is putting my phone away after a certain amount of time and spending time with my daughter, spending time with my husband, etc. Because having a phone, which we all have on us 24/7, is really could be very negative around your time. And so, as someone who really cares about her time, I'm being very conscious and mindful about how I am spending my time. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next video, I don't even know what it's going to be about. Probably answering or talking about different topics that I enjoy. Again, I hope you enjoy this kind of weird videos that I've been doing lately. I will be doing once a week. And so I'm interested to hear what you would like me to talk about. If there's anything in particular that you want to know, would love to do a video around that. I think one that I will do, because a lot of people ask on, is kind of like health, fitness, working out journey, tips, tricks for moms, etc., on how to be your best self. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. And so I really hope that we can get there. Actually, I don't hope we're going to get there. We are going to get there. So thank you for being part of the community. See ya.